my mic? Okay, because I fucked that up twice this week. Welcome to another episode, or the first episode of our weekly betting show, Sunday mornings, guys. Today we're going to be breaking down. Let me pull this up on my phone too. We're going to be breaking down everything I would bet on today. The way I'm structuring this is the opening games, the morning games. I got player props. So I got player props for all of the 1 o'clock games. After that, I got a touchdown parlay. After that, I got what I would bet on money line spread over under for the 4 o'clock games. And then for the night game, I got what I would bet on all that. I got player props. I got the spread. I got the winner. I got the over under. So if that interests you, stick around because we have today we have studied and we've analyzed all our content and our numbers, and we have a banger, official banger. Let's kick this off. And also, when I do this, bro, I want to be super transparent. I didn't bet on a lot of these because I woke up fucking late today. I woke up late, but I did my research once again. If we could finish the opening part before 10 a.m. my time, then I will be putting some of these bets in, at least for the opening games. But the touchdown parlay is in. Go Ravens. What's up, Jack? How you doing? Bro, you know what? That's funny you say go Ravens, because now that I think about it, I had a dream that Derrick Henry had a bad game, bro, and he's on the touchdown parlay. But anyway, don't want to spoil anything. We got use code RTP on the bottom. If you are on Instagram, if you are on X, if you are anywhere but YouTube, the only way to get your comments to pop up on the YouTube chat is to be on the YouTube chat. So show love. Let me turn this off for now until chat gets a little active. Let's talk about the first game. The first game that I have on my agenda, I guess, is the Giants versus – I'm going to put this over here so I'm not looking. Y'all don't want to see my side deck. We got the Giants versus the Cowboys as the first game that I will be betting on today. And I took CeeDee Lamb's under on rushing yards because it's at 0.5. I think the Giants edge rushers, Brian Burns, Abdul Carter, Sexy Dexy, he's on an edge rusher. But that line is going to fuck them up. And I think CD is not going to even get a rushing touch. I feel like that would be ignorant for him to do that. And then I have Russ over on 19.5 completions. I think they're going to be losing because I don't really believe in this team. But I also think that the Cowboys have a bad defense. So I think that they're going to cook. Absolute cookage. What's up, YouTube? Showing some love. Make sure you guys get active in the chat. Let me know what you guys are betting on today, and I will review, analyze, and break down as the expert. I cooked yesterday. Wait. I see that there's chat on YouTube, but I don't see it on my – okay. We're doing a betting live stream right now. Parker Smith, what it do? That's annoying, though. We are doing a betting stream. The second game that I put a little bet on, we got the Steelers versus the Seahawks, right? And this one should be a banger because we have a DK Metcalf revenge game. And revenge games are always a trap, but I will say I believe that DK Metcalf goes over 67.5 receiving yards this game. If you want money, money line, Steelers, Cowboys, spread. What's the Cowboys spread at? I didn't look at that, but I don't hate that. Hey, Kaveen, how you doing? Thank you for the follow on Instagram. I got DK Metcalf's over 67.5 receiving yards, and I also like Aaron Rodgers is over on passing yards if you don't want to take DK, just because I do think the revenge game is coming, and I think it's kind of the Seahawks aren't as good as they looked last week. You know, they didn't look amazing, but they're not good. They're a bad team. That's how I feel. I don't think Woolen and these guys are going to make noise on DK. DK cooked them all practice. And I'm taking JSN's under on 70.5 yards. That Steelers defense looked good last week. Justin Fields just kind of diced them up. 5.5. Yeah, I would take that. It would be like the only thing about that Cowboys Giants money line. The only thing that would scare me is if Dak is a fraud. Like if Dak looked amazing last week, but if he doesn't look like that this week, then you may be cooked, chat. Let's go to Jacksonville versus Cincinnati Bengals. I love this bet, and I honestly think that this bet was only on Boom Fantasy, sponsor of the show. Make sure you use code RTP for a risk-free bet up to $100. It's the only platform where a two-leg parlay could pay you out. Today, if you bet today, they have a wheel that could be 2,000x. So last week, someone won $20,000 on a $10 two-leg parlay. He took Puka's over and Genti's under. If you want to join that party, if you like to party, tap in, man. Boom Fantasy. Scan the QR code on the screen or use code RTP to get a risk-free bet up to $100. Joe Burrow over 70.5 completion percentage. I don't think Jacksonville's defense is that good. I think they need to go in because there's a lot of talk about the Bengals right now, a lot of yapping, everybody in the ears. If they smoke them, Joe Burrow is going to do this. He's going to cook. I'm taking Joe Burrow. And this one I feel really good about. I feel good about this bet. I'm going to put this bet in if I could finish this by 10 a.m. my time. But Burrow over 70.5 completion percentage and Bashaw Tutin, the Jaguars running back that they drafted this season. I took his under on 22.5 rushing yards. Listen, I am a Travis Etienne hater. I don't think he's that good at football, but I do think that they utilized him like he was a tank, like he was a workhorse, like he was that fucking guy. They gave him Derrick Henry touches, so much so that they traded Tank Bigsby. I think Travis Etienne is going to be looked at like a horse, and I also think that they're going to be losing this game, so we won't see the rushing opportunity as well. I mean, I don't know if they traded Bigsby because they like Tutin, but I don't think that's the case. I think Etienne looked that good. At least from what I saw, Etienne looked like that guy, so go ahead. But he's a fraud. Just want you guys to know he's a fraud. Don't be too happy. San Francisco at New Orleans. This one feels like a surefire lock. CMC touchdown. They're going to be, I don't know if they're going to be smoking them because we're getting a Mac Jones versus Spencer Rattler game. But if Spencer Rattler's on the other team and CMC's on a team, I'm taking CMC to score that touchdown, baby. Easy lock. And then I took Rattler's under on completions. I don't remember what it was at, but my thought is I don't know if he makes it through the whole game. We have Tyler Shuck backing him up. So I could see them making that switch at any point. I think Rattler unders are pretty safe bets because either he hits them or he doesn't, and we're waiting for that swap to happen because I don't know if they fully trust him. This was another cool one on Shout Out My Dogs, Boom Fantasy, code RTP for a risk-free bet up to $100. Jahmyr Gibbs being the game-high rusher in Chicago at Detroit, I think that feels like a lock. Like, there's really no threat. Montgomery isn't the guy to get more rushing yards than him. DeAndre Swift's not going to do that. Caleb Williams, I don't think is going to do that. Jared Goff, for damn sure, isn't going to do that. Jameson Williams would be the guy to get the wraparounds and shit like that, and he's not going to do that. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to lead the Lions in rushing yards today, and he's going to lead the game in rushing yards today. And you could believe that. You could definitely believe that. And then another thing I have is Caleb Williams throws a pick. I don't think the Lions were as bad as they looked last week. I think they're going to be better. I think they're going to apply some pressure, and I think Caleb Williams is going to throw into the defense. I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams and see how he handles it. He didn't handle it well last week. A lot of 3-and-outs when they needed him to score. So, and I think Chicago's defense Detroit defense healthy is up there with that Vikings defense. Rams versus Titans is the next game. The Rams take on the Titans. We got rookie Cam Ward, and I think Cam Ward hits over 12.5 rushing yards. I think they make that more of a priority this game. He needs to go off. What's good, Gretchy? How's it going, my brother? I think they make the rushing more of a priority this game. It's really annoying me that I can't get the YouTube chat up here, by the way, chat. Cam Ward over 12.5 rushing yards because that pressure is going to come. He's going to roll out of the pocket. He didn't look good. He was playing against the Broncos, but he didn't look amazing last week. So I think this is the week where he does it. And then I got Joshua Carty, 2.5 extra points. I think they score TDs. I think the Rams kind of washed this team. The Rams look really good against my Texans. I saw them live and in living color last week. So I know better than anyone, really, that the Rams are legit this year. They look good. They look like a perfect team. Like, they just don't make a lot of bad decisions. I think they need to take a little bit more risks, though. My boys finna eat today. I think so. I think you guys got the win today. I hope so. If you guys don't beat the Giants, then we got to have some conversations. Cleveland versus Baltimore. Derrick Henry over 16.5 fantasy points because of that stupid Browns safety who said we'll see, or who said it's easy to tackle Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry said we'll see. Derrick Henry is going to go off today. He'll probably score a touchdown. That feels like a lock. Jerry Jeudy, 11.5 fantasy points. I just think he sees the end zone this week as well because they're going to be down, because Flacco's going to have to sling it, a lot of dump offs. I like this bet a lot too. I'm probably going to lock this one into. New England at Miami. I took Tyreek Hill's under on 14.5 fantasy points. I think he struggles versus Christian Gonzalez. I think Tua Tagovailoa stinks, and I don't think he has a day. 14.5 just feels so high for a guy that's so inconsistent. He doesn't get any deep touches. He hasn't been getting these valuable touches. When they get in the red zone, it's probably going to be A-Chain touching the ball, or Waddle, or some random tight end you never heard of. So I'm taking Tyreek Hill's under on 14.5 fantasy points. And I'm taking Drake May's over on 17 fantasy points because I think Drake May explodes, and I think we realize that he's the real deal. And I think this start of the season is just the beginning for a Drake May redemption. Not redemption tour because he got nothing to prove really, but a Drake May murder spree. Let's go that far. We get a Drake May murder spree this week. The last morning game to talk about is Buffalo at the Jets. I like James Cook over 14.5 receiving yards. I think he catches 3 balls. I think if you catch 3 balls, you're going to get 14.5 receiving yards, especially being one of the, if not the best pass catching back in the NFL. And I got Justin Fields, 17.5 completions. They'll probably be losing. They'll probably need to throw the ball. Breece Hall looked amazing last week, but that was in a much closer game. I don't think this one will be closer. I don't think they could lean on Breece Hall as much. All right, boys, we finished the morning games just in time. So let's lock in some bets for these morning games, just because I don't like telling you on a bet on shit that I didn't bet on. That's how I feel about it. And it's a Super Wheel Sunday. So our max is 2,000x our money. Yeah, we get 3 of these wheels. So let's hit 3 spins, you know. Let's start with the CD and Russ one because I really like that one. CD does not get a rushing yard, and Russell Wilson has 19.5 completions. All right, we'll start with that. We have our 2,000x wheel opened up. We're gonna place our bet. We're gonna pick. We're gonna spin. $5 for me. You know, some light. We're going to place entry, and we're going to spin it. Show me 2K, baby. Show me 2K, baby. I actually never seen this wheel before. I want to look at this after. Oh, okay. Not the best start. Got 12.5 times your money. Now, this app is legal in California. That's a big reason why I love it, because you don't really see stuff like this in Cali as often. Let's go to the Chicago and Detroit one. That's one I also feel pretty confident about. They have a discounted Jared Goff too. That's not too bad, but that's a trap. You're not gonna get me. Game high rusher, and your boy throw a pick. Now we're gonna throw that 2,000x on our wheel again. We have Jahmyr Gibbs, game high rusher. Yeah. And we have Caleb Williams throwing a pick. $5 could cash me out 10,000. All I need to do is get lucky on this wheel spin right here. Shout out Boom Fantasy. Oh, that shit looks gross. Code. Oh my god. I got boys. I got absolutely got, boys. Oh, bro. The way I would have just fucking lost my shit at the opportunity of 10K. Oh my gosh, bro. What a fucking blue ball, man. Okay. And the last one, I like the Rams Texans one. I like Cleveland Baltimore. I like all my bets today. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't feel like nothing where I just threw something together because there was a game. But I'm gonna go Cleveland Baltimore because I want to bet on Derrick Henry pretty much. And yesterday Derrick Henry's at 16.5. Now he's at 17. We ball. They know. But we get that Jerry Jeudy touchdown. And I'm gonna Because the wheel almost blessed me there, I'm going to throw $10 on this one. All right. Real G shit. Yesterday we won money on Terrence Crawford and we won money on Diego Lopez. So it's only right. All right. That's a good way to end it. Good way to end it. We got our 3 bets in. Now let's head over to our touchdown parlay for the morning. Now I did bet on this one already, and I'll tell you what my odds are for that. If I could fucking open it. Okay. We took first touchdowns. We took CMC touchdown. Lock it in. We took Derrick Henry touchdown. I feel like those two, I don't have to explain why I took those, right? I just think they're going to take advantage of the teams they're playing. Breece Hall, I think, will score a touchdown versus Buffalo. I think he'll get in there, sneak one in. And Brian Thomas Jr., I think they're going to be losing to Cincinnati, so they're going to be throwing. And I think BTJ gets in there as well. Those 4, I did throw, okay, I'll confess, I threw a 25% profit boost. Boom Fantasy just hooks it up, man. Not on no ad shit, but I'm going to throw the QR code up there if you want to scan. Code RTP for a risk-free bet up to $100. I got a 25% profit boost, so this pick'em could pay me out 7 times my money max. I flexed it, and then like an extra $10 if it goes 3 for 4, which we'll take. We could bankroll easy. All right. Now we're going to go to a different part of the show, right, where we talked about Boom Fantasy. You got to go because you can't help us with this, brother. We're going to talk about what I would take for – I don't know how to format this segment. Maybe a better kid word it for me. Bet on Puka to have over 200 yards and 15 receptions. Wow. Fuck it. We ball. I'll do it for Puka profit. Let's talk about it like this. Okay, so we're going to take our spreads, money lines, or over-unders for these games, and I'll tell you which one I went with. I don't know if that's a good way to do it, but for the Chiefs-Eagles, my lock is Eagles minus 1.5. I think the Eagles win this game. I feel like it's a 50-50 game. I'm going to take the Eagles minus 1.5. It just feels easy, safe. I don't know why this isn't a primetime game, but we can have that conversation when we get to the primetime game, I guess. But I really like the Eagles minus 1.5 here. Panthers, Cardinals. I went with the over 44.5 when I put this bet in. I just think that this game is not going to be a lot of defense. I think the Panthers have a bit to prove. I don't think the Cardinals have a great defense. And I think the Cardinals have a bit to prove, and the Panthers defense didn't look great. I think we're going to see some dicing in this game. I took the over 44.5. Colts, Broncos, and I took the under. And I think I love this one the most because the Colts defense looked amazing against Miami, and I know it's shitty Miami. Eagles, Eagles. What's up, Gray? What it do, big dog? I got to put this back up here, man. Did football start yet? Okay, I got to pull this shit up on this side, too. Sorry, both the defenses looked amazing last week. The Broncos looked amazing, obviously, against a rookie quarterback. And the Colts look amazing against Tua. So we don't know if they're legit, but I'm going to believe they're legit for a second and ride it. Pause. But I'm just going to ride that because I'm going to go with what I know. And what I know is the Colts defense looked good last week. You feel me? It sounds smart, sounds safe, sounds like I really know what I'm talking about because I do. My bad. I think it's funny when I'm like multitasking kind of. I just say a lot of BS a lot of times. Like none of this really means anything. None of this benefits you guys in a way. But I hope you guys are enjoying watching football right now because I am struggling to pull this up. Whatever. I'll watch it. I'll get to it in a second. The last game we're going to talk about is the primetime game as kicks kick off. We have the Falcons and we have the Vikings. Now for everything, I'm just going to give you guys my whole slip for this game. Okay, Falcons, Vikings. I'm taking the Falcons spread plus 3.5 because I think the Falcons win this game as well. That's the money line. I really like the Falcons in this matchup. I think we're kind of bullish on the Vikings right now, and I want to see a little bit more. The Bears didn't look like a great team last week. The Falcons beat the Bucs, who we know is a good team. So I'm going to take the Falcons here and trust that the Falcons are the better team. The Vikings defense is also beat up, and I don't trust that because that was – shout out JJ. JJ looked amazing, and I'm glad they gave him the game ball and all that. But the real big winner of that game was that Vikings defense, man. They were a clamp. They were a straight absolute clamp. Now I did build a monster for this game as well. Jay Jettas over. Oh, sorry, wait. I'm missing. The over-under on this game was at 44.5, and I took the under as well. Two young rookie quarterbacks, two decent defenses. I think we could see a lot of mistakes leading to that being the under. Okay, now let's talk about this. Jettas over 5.5 receptions. I love it. I think that they're going to make it a POE, point of emphasis, to throw the ball to Justin Jefferson a little bit more this game after last week, after some of the frustration we saw in the early game, middle of the game on the sidelines. So they got to give him the ball. I took J.J. McCarthy's under on 17.5 rushing yards. I just feel like it's high for one game. We got to see what he does. He's coming off of an injury anyway. Like, I don't know if that's realistic. Penix under 0.5 interceptions because the Vikings defense is injured, and Penix doesn't really make a lot of mistakes. My last two is Kyle Pitts, 31.5 receiving yards, because I think he's going to catch some balls, and Tyler Algier over 26.5 rushing yards. I think they'll be up, get Algier involved a little bit. Now, those are my bets for today. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of time while I pull this up to send me what you guys are betting on today, and we could talk about it, see what's going on, see what the bets are looking like, what the game is looking like, what the hell is it looking like. Shoot them over, send them via your chats. I got to see. I don't know how X chat works, so I should pull that up too, just to monitor. But I'm trying to pull up. Also, boys, let me know your thoughts on Red Zone, because I feel like a lot of people give Red Zone a lot of shit. But I like Red Zone. Hot take. I like Red Zone. It's fun. Shoot me over your bets if you guys want me to review them, if you want me to talk about them. If not, we could just wrap up the stream right now. Call it a day. Call it a day. Watch live with NFL Plus Premium. All right, boys. Looks like that's going to be it today. Thank you guys for watching another episode of our bet show. I'll be coming at you guys every week. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe, turn the noties on, do all that. And shout out to Boom Fantasy. Use code RTP for a risk-free bet up to $100. That's where I did all my betting for today's show. So make sure you guys show them love. I'm Ant, RTP, Ant, ANT, and